Joining us now is Coach Fernando, and we're going to be talking about soccer. I'm actually a pretty good soccer player. Well, I was a cheerleader for soccer. I don't know if that really qualifies me, but I'm here, catch. But Coach Fernando knows a lot. We're going to be talking to him right now. So how are you?
I'm doing well, Donna. How are you?
Good. So you had told me that you wanted to be a pro soccer player, but you had a lot of injuries. Okay, let's walk us through your first career. So what was that like? What happened?
Yeah, so I grew up playing since I was young, and fortunately I broke my femur, tore my ACL, my meniscus from middle school through high school. So I ended up playing only more recreationally in college. But after that, I found my passion in coaching and helping the youth. I started volunteering, and I just really found a knack for it and a joy for it. And eventually I started my own soccer training business.
It's very exciting. And I grew up, there was a professional team called the Stars in St. Louis. When I grew up, we had a soccer team, and they recently got a new soccer team. Seems like soccer teams are like really happening. I don't know if it's because of, Ted Lasso, like the new TV show.
Yeah.
I don't know what,
Great show.
And God bless, Pele. I mean, please rest in peace. Yeah. But like, do you know what it was? Like, what happened? Because it used to be lacrosse was big on Long Island, and certain, but now soccer's huge.
Yeah, I think it was always big for like the little ones.
Okay.
Right? It's always been like the widest sport played for like the little ones. It's like an intro sport to every sport.
Correct. All you really need is a ball and some,
exactly,
some cleats,
because
right?
it's simple, right? So, but then you're right, it's kind of grown. I don't know what exactly it is. I think the game as a whole has grown in the country in general, and more investment has been made into the women's game as well, and the men's they're starting to pay attention more, and the fan base is just growing. So the game in general has grown here.
And rightly so. The women's United States Olympic team, they're paid less than the guys, but yet like a lot of people are following them. They bring in a lot to the sport. Yeah. So you might be right. It might be that, or it might be your coaching. I don't know, Coach Fernando.
It's part of it. That's a part of it.
It could be you. So when you're coaching, it's not just the skills that you're teaching. You're also teaching camaraderie and a whole bunch of other things, leadership skills. Tell us about your style.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see sport and soccer in specific as just a vehicle to teach kids about life, right? So it's really about teaching them more of the values, the life lessons that they learn along the way, because we know this much kids are going to end up taking it to that level, right? So for us, it's more about making sure that they can transfer these skills into other areas of their life, like school, and hopefully a great job one day.
I also think the parents need to have a little coaching. Do you have a parent meeting ahead of time? Because I really truly think that it stems from there, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I teach my son or my daughter this way, and blah, 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 blah. It's like sportsmanship. I think it, begins at home.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe you could start teaching a parent class.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. And that's part of like what we kind of try to do with the families as well, is we view it as not helping just the player, but supporting the families. We always have families like reaching out, asking us different things on different advice, how they should help at home, what they should be looking for in teams, things like that. But yeah, it's true. Sometimes parents can get a little over the top at times. But yeah, we kind of do try to work with the families as well, because we understand it's their baby, right? So they want the best for their baby, but sometimes it can be a little bit too much.
Baseballs and softballs come in standard sizes, but soccer balls come in multiple different sizes. And you kind of have to match the size of a foot to the ball. And I think that's also a really good tip, right? Don't just go out and buy like a gigantic soccer ball for the 2-year-old. Right?
Yeah.
Start them out. Is it like a 4? What
yeah,
size do
so
they start
they
with?
have from size 1 all the way to 5.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 is like what professionals play with at the highest level, or college, the oldest kids. And then 4 is like pre-teen age. And then the youngest ones usually play with a 3.
Lovely.
So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
And did your team, like that you were rooting for, win the World Cup this year?
They actually did. Yes,
Yay!
I was cheering for Argentina because I'm a Messi fan. So I'm glad that he ended up winning the World Cup.
Oh,
for sure.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Absolutely.